I'm a stage manager for Plaza Suite. So I work with Linda.
Yes.
I'm Lori Ferguson, and I played Karen Nash in Plaza Suite, which was our first show of this current season, but it was in September.
The most memorable thing about that show, there's a lot of good things about that show, but from a stage manager's perspective, I had a cast of fabulous actors, right? I had, the cast had 6 major leads, 3 acts, 2 majors per each act. And then there were 4 itty-bitty little small roles. One was less than 2 minutes long. And the people that we had in those roles could easily have handled any one of those leads. So I was really thrilled to have these, what I like to call big actors, people who really know what they're doing up there. They were doing all the littlest things, and then I asked them, gee, can you guys help me backstage? And they were all right there. So it is so nice to have people who aren't afraid to take a small role, because those little bitty roles pull the whole show together. It was just amazing. I had never worked with Nick Cicerelli before on stage, and he was a riot to have a couple of the backstage. Oh gosh,
he's a pleasure,
isn't he? He's And Laura, I've worked with Laura Jansen before, and she was just the bride in this show, but Laura's another one. And then the 2 new people, Megan Lane, I've worked with her when we did The Man Who Came to Dinner a year ago. And also Patrick Blake, both of them from the Kirk Brothers.
Right.
And they were just lovely, just wonderful. Never had to call any of these people up to the stage, where are you, what's going on? They were always right there for me. It was just fabulous.
How was the experience?
Oh, it was wonderful. It really was wonderful. I have to say, I just had come off another show with the director, Linda Welly.
Right.
And
Night Mother.
Yes. Right, which was a very heavy show, dramatic show. And I felt like I really grew as an actress during that endeavor. And a lot of people always see me in comedies, so I think, and I do hope that they saw the depth of the character that I was trying to portray. Linda had a vision, and she wanted Edith Bunker type, and this was also a lady who had been, almost a subservient woman, wife and mother back in the 60s. And as we know, things have changed a lot. And this was kind of on the cusp of the change. So she was very devastated to find out that her husband had been having an affair and was going to be leaving her. However, it started with a wonderful script by Neil Simon, and a lot of funny lines, a lot of satire, a lot of emotion, but later on, I felt I was able to allow this character to grow. She realized that her life might be coming to, her life as she knew it was going to be coming to a close, and she was fighting for it. And so she used everything she could. She used almost pleading, humor, anger, every emotion she could to try to get her husband to, like, hello, come back. So I think for that reason, she was it was a little bit of a tearjerker for her.
I know. I feel some tears have been jerking from my eyes right now.
The script says she's a little mousier, she's not really up on the latest fashions, and she's just who she is. And she's a little overweight, so hey, that's exactly how they described her. For me, I think, and Linda also gives the opportunity to, you can take your character in certain areas, and if she doesn't like it, she'll let you know. If she likes it, she'll let you know. And we have such a good theater relationship anyway, so we were able to work very well together. And I liked working with my co-star, Mike Shelby, and of course even Patrick, right, who was new to our group, Patrick Blake, and also Nick Cicerelli.
Yeah.
So it was a fun show.
So what is your favorite thing about stage managing? What draws you to
I
being
think-
a good stage manager?
Well, I'm not sure if I am a good stage manager. I am self-taught, self-learned, whatever here at PM&L, just learned as I went along. But I think what is nice about it is that I can do some things on stage. I've had a couple ensemble roles, which were just a riot. I just love being in the background and being on stage and all that. But as we were talking earlier, I can't memorize, and I cannot be a character. I'm having enough trouble being myself, so I'm not going to go out and try to be somebody else. But being backstage, knowing that those actors can't do this whole thing without the lights, the sound, the backstage people, the customer, that we're all part of a team, and I enjoy being. I'm more or less on stage with them. I physically am not, but I feel like I'm right there, and I when they come off stage, I'm always cheering for them and high-fiving, and I just love being part of the whole deal.
Yeah.
So the biggest compliment from a friend who had came to see it, hadn't seen me do anything else before, I don't think, and she just said, Lori, I knew it was you up there, but I forgot it was you because I got so into the character. And to me, that I don't think anyone could have a bigger compliment.
No. Was there, with Plaza Suite, was there any one moment, it happens every show, but you're backstage, it's happening, and all of a sudden something just goes kind of wonky, or was this a pretty smooth sailing show?
Well, actor-wise, this was not a problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens where costumes fall apart, or you left something downstairs, and I think there may have been one or two times at the last minute we're throwing a prop back on stage. Luckily, we had curtains closed.
Yeah,
So we were able to do that. Other than I think missing props. Oh, Nick stuffing the toilet paper underneath the door for my keyhole to pull out. That was funny because it never really quite went out the same way. And Mike would pick it up. It didn't matter. No one really had to see what it said.
Right.
But
tell me about your relationship with Kathy, working with her all these.
Oh my gosh!
For so many shows.
I really don't even want to think of doing a show without Kathy as my stage manager. I really don't. I adore her.
Yeah.
You only have to say something once to Kathy and it's done.
Yeah.
And I love that. Sometimes if you change your mind though, you better hurry up and tell her because she's already done it. So I really enjoy, she's very organized. She has everything rolling back there. I never worry. And I think that was another fun part of this show, was the fact that everybody was seasoned. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the show, from all 3 acts and backstage and everything, we're all seasoned people. And it made for a really great environment. Yeah. I'm glad we got to go first because then I could get it over with.
Right.
I felt bad for Act 3 because they had to wait.
You and Lori have worked together many times.
Many times.
What is it like working with Lori?
This isn't really about Plaza Suite though. And you have to remember, Lori and Linda and I do theater mask.
Right.
We do the dinner theaters now and then. So we're a bit of a team in that respect. But working with Lori as a director and working with Lori as an actor, I don't think there's. We're pretty much in tune, the two of us, and I can anticipate a lot of the things that she would. So no, I don't see. It's great.
20 years from now, what do you hope to remember the most from Plaza Suite?
Neil Simon.
Yeah.
He's such a wonderful writer and can really get in there more than I realized. Mm-hmm. But having done one of his shows that was a little bit more serious, I think. In essence, the
Yeah.
subject matter was a little more serious in my particular act.
Yeah.
That he really can carry it and pull it off. So I think that was part of what I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Wow, that particular show. Oh. I think it will. I know you hear about this a lot. That everybody bonding backstage and things like. Most of the other shows, I've always been a stage manager, and I would fit into the cast parties, or I would, go out with them. This time, I wanted to be with everybody there all the time, so we went on a number, and I work in the morning, and I have a 10 o'clock bedtime, and it didn't matter to me, because I enjoyed this group. They were very cohesive in that they knew what the purpose of the show was, and we just kept going. I think that's probably what I remember most about this show, is that we were all on the same page the whole time, and even in social, we did a number of karaoke. And I'm not down karaoke, but going to karaoke with this group, who do we have? Chris Jones, we had Megan Lane, we had Lori, we had Linda. There was Mike Kehoe, Mike Shelby, Pat Blake. Nick didn't come to the Donna in there.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
yes.
I mean anybody who got up and with that microphone was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to hear them, so it was awesome. And they kept asking me, and said, no, I'm good. I'll just sit here and I'm going to applaud. I'll be your audience.
Yes. If you could wish anything for PM&L in the year 2017, what would it be?
I think continued success. We have found a lot of very faithful patrons. I'd like to see us continue to find more faithful patrons. And I think utilizing the tribute hall space, being able to do things like Night Mother, perhaps. That wouldn't be a regular season show because it's a pretty heavy show.
Yeah.
But being able to do something like that, that's what I would like to see. And also, I've been here about 35 years, and there's sometimes 2 and 3, 4 generations on the stage, and I hope we continue as a family to grow together as a family.
I think we've got the second half of this season is still really strong. So all the people, I'm hoping that we picked up enough people with the Christmas Carol, because so many of those people were new, brand new, never been here. Our regulars came, but a lot of our season ticket holders have seen the show before. I'm sorry they didn't see this. This version was fantastic, but I'm hoping that those people are going to want to come see more than just the Christmas show. The rest of the season is so strong with our plays that I don't see anybody saying, I don't want to go see that. I think they all want to go. I was surprised how many people they want to see To Kill a Mockingbird. I know it's a great drama, but to me, when I want to be entertained, I want to laugh. I don't want any more tension that we already have every day in real life. But people can't wait for that. Frankenstein. Those are just going to be darn fun. So now we just have to push Shakespeare. Shakespeare's always hard on people.
And it should be very fun.
Yes.
Well, it's going to be bright and colorful.
Oh yeah.
And so silly.
Yeah. I've been telling everybody that As You Like It is the easiest Shakespeare to understand.
Oh yes.
And I have a plan in the program that I'm going to give them like the first three act, what's happening.
Yeah.
And then I'll leave the rest of the show up to them. So just for those people who need a little bit of help getting into the Shakespeare lilt, this will help them.
Yeah.
So, and the parodies, the musical parodies are going to be fabulous.
Yes.
So
Thank you. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The set was just phenomenal. I felt like I was in a very classy hotel room.
See, it was painless.
It was painless, but you just wonder.
People found any real fault in it, I think they're just being snarky. Because our patrons love it.
Yeah.
And if the patrons like it and they've had a good time and it's been a wonderful evening for them, what more can you ask for?